record this real quick. And Susie, if you just want to ramble, go off and anything that you want to talk about.
Yeah, okay. So I'll just tell you a little bit about how I got started, because I think that's always good to have that reference point. I knew Amy Reelman from high school. We played lacrosse together. We didn't go to the same high school, but we played on like a travel team. And I had just seen her posts, and a couple times, this is like way a long time ago, a couple times she mentioned Insanity. And I fell in love with Insanity in college. When I was in graduate school, I got my master's degree in education. So I was working student teaching full time, and we had an awesome rec center. I went to West Virginia University, and previous to student teaching full time, I'd been going like 6 days a week and going for like an hour and a half. And then I just didn't have time. I was waking up at 5 already. And so I did Insanity. I did the 60-day calendar. I had no idea that it was connected to Beachbody, or that there was Shakeology or anything. So I did the program. I did my own little challenge, I guess. And I loved it. I fell in love with it, and I just never, was so committed to something. And I'm just really kind of, I don't know, I have like 2 dramatic sides to my personality. I'm like very free spirited, but I also need structure because I'm so free spirited that I'll just like do whatever I want and not really get anything done. So the calendar was so good for me. The structure was really good. So then I reached out to her about just what coaching was. And then I was living in Thailand at that time, teaching English. And at that point is when I realized how important nutrition is, because I was working out still every day in my little studio apartment in Thailand, doing Insanity, killing my workouts, but I was eating pad thai and rice and curry, and I had no control over what I ate. So, I mean, I didn't necessarily, I don't weigh myself. I haven't in years. I'm a huge advocate for that, but that's a whole different topic. But so I could just see changes in my body, and I just felt like shit. Like I was tired and whatever. So when I came back from Thailand, I started coaching, and this was January 2015. And then I started substitute teaching in upstate New York. I'm from Syracuse. And I was in the inner city, and it was the worst job of my life. I cried every day on the way home. But at the same time, I started coaching. So I saw like 2 dramatic paths, 2 very different, coworkers. My coworkers in Beachbody were so happy, and I got on the calls, and I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. And then I went to work, and like everyone hated life, hated their job, just complained all the time. And I was like, whoa, this is not why I wanted to be a teacher. So I kind of started as a hobby coach. And from the beginning, I think what I loved about it was that you were your own boss. And for me, I don't know, like, you take the personality test, and I know people always ask like, what motivates you? And for me, I don't know how to explain it, but like mine is very internal motivation. So for me, I never latched onto like rank or Success Club, obviously you want to hit Success Club. That's very important. But to me, like seeing my name on the board, that does nothing for me. That does nothing for my motivation. So I think, and when Emily and I talked, we started talking about how everyone has their own business and everyone wants different things. And you'll hear people say, put your blinders on. And people say this and then they don't do it because it's so normal in this business to compare yourself to other people and what they're doing and, you know, how quickly they advanced or how many success club points they have or how great their posts are or how, you know, whatever it is, whatever you're comparing to, or just the fitness journey in general. It's really easy to compare. But you really can't do that because you are going to sabotage yourself and your own success. So my best advice and what I try to stick to, I try to teach my coaches. And I think something important about this advice and every advice is that the coaches who are giving you advice, either me, Emily, on the Team Tenacious call, on the Team Boom call, just because someone gives you advice doesn't mean that they've mastered it themselves. So usually the advice that we give is the advice that we also need to hear. So advice that I give is things that I'm working on too. So it's not like all of a sudden I'm never going to compare myself to anyone and I'm just going to be so happy with my own business and my own goal. It's like that's an active thing that you have to work on day in and day out. And so that's something that I think is hard with advice because people think like, oh, well, yeah, if you master that, you'll be successful or you'll feel happier in your business. It's like, no, it's just like working out. It's like if you reach your goal weight or your goal body or whatever it is, and you start eating cheeseburgers and pizza and ice cream every night, and you're just like, fuck it, you know, I'm just going to hang out for a few weeks. You're not going to have your goal body anymore. You're not going to have your six pack or whatever it is, your goal weight. Like you can't be stagnant with the business or with motivation. Like it has to be something that you're constantly refreshing yourself with and reminding yourself of. So for me, I think the blinders is the best advice that I've ever got, and the hardest thing to do, especially in the nature of the business. But you have to take every advice with a grain of salt. You have to ask yourself, what do I want from this? What is my why? If you don't ever want to be a full-time Beachbody coach, that's fine. That is totally okay. You don't have to be. You don't have to want to leave your job. If you want to, that's great. Maybe it'll evolve with time. I started out hobby coach. Then I went to like, oh, this is really awesome, but I always want to be a teacher still. Then I went to Summit and I was like, wow, I could make this a full-time business. I could, but it was never like I'm going to. And then I moved to Australia, and then I don't know, just a few different things fell into place, and now I'm like, yes, I will. So it evolves. So you have to let your why evolve, and you have to still keep those blinders on for your own journey. And it's really good to set big goals, but you also have to be realistic. So this is another thing that Emily and I talked about, and that I harp and preach into my coaches, that if you can't do 50 invites a day or 50 friend requests, then don't do that amount. If that overwhelms you and you can't sustain that, then don't do it. Like it's up to you. Yes, we have checklists and we have advice for what you should be doing, but you need to do what works for you. If you only have 2 hours a day, you can't do that. You can't do 50 quality invites. So for me, I have the rule of 10, 10 friend requests, 10 invites, 10 follow-ups. And then I always am I don't consider like conversations I already started as follow-ups. So new invites. And invites could be to a challenge group, to a sneak peek, to a free group. So it doesn't always have to be 10 challenge group invites a day, at least for myself. And, you know, for me, that's sustainable, because when I try to do 50 or 30, I know that I can't do that 7 days a week for the rest of my life. So for me, I want to do things that I can sustain. And sure, like the way my schedule is now, I'm an ESL teacher in Australia, and right now I only teach Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday I teach a class online. But basically I work full-time Beachbody Thursday, Friday. So those days, of course, I'm sending more than 10 invites because I have a full day. But the days that I'm not, and the days on the weekend, I'm not going to kill myself, because the fact is there's very few coaches that can sustain that. Like Amy Reelman is one of them. And that's why she is where she is. And that's where she wanted to go. But like, that is like, she's a very calculated person, and she's just like, no excuses, get it done, blah, blah, blah. Like, if that's not you, it doesn't mean that you can slack off with your goals, but you have to be realistic with yourself. And you're the only one that knows what you're capable of. Sure, should you push yourself? Yes, but for me, I've seen in myself getting very overwhelmed when I try to hold myself to a standard that not that I'm not comfortable with, I'm just, I don't know, it doesn't feel like it's authentic to what my goals are. And it doesn't feel like, I get overwhelmed really easily. I have bad ADHD, I have bad anxiety. So sometimes when I look at my phone and I have 75 messages and I'm like, oh my God, I need to do like 35 invites. Oh my, like that like shuts me off, and I'm like, oh shit, I don't want to do anything. So I think getting your blinders on for that, and just for all parts of the business, it's like, it's a team, but the most successful coaches are the ones that are paving their own path, the ones that are doing what they want to do, and finding out what works for them. Like, you're going to make mistakes. Even if Emily gives you everything you need to be successful, both her and I have Amy as our coach. Literally, Amy gives you everything you need on a silver platter. But that's not how life works. It's not like, because this worked for Amy, every single thing is going to work for you. You have to pick and choose and figure out what works for you, what is applicable to your goals, and your pace and your life. If you have kids, or if you have 3 jobs and whatever you have going on, that is, you have to be realistic about your goals. You can't say, I'm going to work 7 hours on Beachbody a day if you physically only have 2 hours. So instead of saying 7, say, I'm going to work 1 hour and I'm going to do 10 invites, 10 follow-ups, 10 friend requests every single day without fail. I owe that to myself. And if you just, focus in on something smaller, it makes it more manageable and less overwhelming, in my experience.
I love that. Can I ask you a quick question? So
Yes.
I know you're active on Instagram. Where do you find the majority of your, like, where do you find Kayla Crushmore, for example, like crushing it as a brand new coach, hit diamond? Like, how quickly did Kayla hit diamond?
4 months.
Right.
She hit diamond before I did.
And hey, and it happens sometimes.
Yeah. And I was so happy for her. I'm like, hell yeah. I mean, I met her in college. So for me, all of my coaches are warm market, or besides for 1 or 2 now. 2 new ones I just signed are not warm market. But
so just rekindled old friendships. Yes,
I do so much of that. And I know a lot of people say, like, oh, well, my friends aren't into fitness, or, I don't think they have the money and this and that. But you have to remember that if you're in it for the long haul, then it is a marathon, not a sprint. So you don't want to turn off your warm market. I approach my warm market differently. I invite them. I've invited every single person on my Facebook friends list at least one time. Every single warm market person. I don't care who they are. They have a message from me. And when I click on their name, it might be from 2015. Because with warm market, I approach follow-ups differently. I don't know. It just depends. But, you have to be patient with them. And yeah, I do use Instagram. I post everything that I post. Not everything. I post a little bit more on Facebook.
Okay.
But I do find a lot of people on Instagram. I think for me, cold market conversations are easier on Instagram because I think a lot of people fitness accounts and, you know, I just feel like it's more natural. Yeah. Whereas when you friend random people on Facebook, I mean, I still do it, and I've had a lot more success with being more active in the groups. Hopefully you guys are all in like groups you're interested in. If you have a dog, or like I'm in travel groups, I'm in yoga groups.
Definitely is
what
important.
Else? Yeah. So being active in the group is really good way, because then you can message those people.
And like they see you in there. Like I'm in a hiking with dogs group. So when Bentley passed away, what was that, 3 weeks ago now, I posted in there just like a little picture of him, the exact same post I shared on my Facebook page.
Right.
I shit you not. I had 837 sad faces or likes on that photo. And out of that, I've signed 2 coaches just from sending out like, hey, thank you so much for the love on this photo. I was like bawling my eyes out. Like, I was not expecting this at all.
Yeah.
I'm like crying because I'm looking at Bentley's picture, and then like all these people are showing pictures of their dogs, and I'm like, it's too early for this. Before you go, one other thing is, can you talk about the importance of posting every single day on social media, even if it is just one time a day? Why people need to post every single day?
Yes. Okay, so I learned this, of course, the hard way, because I am since day one, I've been very strong-minded. I am very strong-minded in life, but in the business, like I do what I want to do, not what other people tell me to do, which is sometimes difficult to learn. They say teachers make the worst students, which I believe is true. So when I first started, and at this point, Amy was training her coaches a little bit differently. And I think the business keeps evolving. So at that point, it wasn't so much like you need to post every day. Like, I feel like that is so much more stressed now. And I was very much like, I've never posted a selfie. I've never posted a fitness picture. I was into fitness, but to me, I just never posted that. I posted pictures of me and my friends at the bar, pictures of my trips. I just used it as social media. And then I started the business. I posted a few things. I started posting more positive things, quotes, just like, breaking myself in there. And then I was doing all my invites. I was very consistent. When I first started out for the first 8 months, and I was consistent with everything besides for posting. I was posting maybe 3 times a week, and I just wasn't seeing what I was expecting to see in the business. And then I moved to Australia and went backpacking for 3 months. And then I stopped working the business altogether, but I was posting a lot because obviously I was traveling, doing cool things. So I was posting those photos, and then I started posting more fitness things, as I was posting those photos, and all of a sudden, my business started exploding, and I was like, what is going on? And it was me sharing what I was doing. I was doing it anyway. It wasn't like I was slacking. I was doing my workouts every day. I was drinking my shake, but I wasn't sharing the experience. So when I went to invite someone, it seemed a little strange. What is this girl inviting me to? Is she even doing it? So to me, posting every day makes it so much easier to start your invites and your conversations, because they already see they already see what you're doing. And I do not post every day about Beachbody. I very, very rarely even mention Beachbody. That's something like, if you look at Amy Silverman, she's like the second coach, like in the whole network. I love her.
Kelly.
Yeah. Right. So they just are posting their lifestyle. And of course, I'm so proud of our company and proud to be a Beachbody coach. But people don't buy Beachbody, they buy you. They buy you because now almost everyone has more than one friend who's a coach, right? More than one friend. And a lot of us have friends who are doing It Works, or, people you see, acquaintances doing those types of things. And when you see people who are salesy and posting, stock photos and all that shit, like, it's annoying. We're in network marketing and it's annoying to me. So I'm like, I never ever want to be like that. But you do have to show people that you believe in what you're doing. And so many conversations I've had, people comment about my posts that have never liked, never commented, never interact with what I do. And they're like, thank you so much. Like, your posts really inspire me to go to the gym. It's great what you're doing. It's so inspiring. It's so motivating. And I'm like, wow, I didn't know you thought that, And once I got one of those, and then two of those, and then three, and then all of these people, and I was like, oh my God, like this, I have to keep this up, because when you don't even know who you're reaching out to. And like in the beginning, it's hard because you're not getting that traction. And, people, like, it depends on what type of, community you already have as your warm market. But you have to put it out there, and you have to think, like, I always tell this to myself, like Coca-Cola, Pepsi, brands that are so established and so prominent in our culture. Like, why do they still pay money for advertising? Because people need to see it in their face all of the time. Think of your business, like your Facebook, like a real business. There's no Facebook business page that is not posting every day. That is a highly successful company. That's what social media is for. Like, it is your ticket, people's ticket into your life. And the more you share, the more open you are, the more people are willing to join and get interested. And you have to think too, with the new Facebook algorithm, there are so many of your posts that people don't see. Like, it is so different now. So like you might think like, oh, I'm posting every day. Like, I'm posting a lot. I just posted about this last week. Like, most people don't go on Facebook as much as us. I sure as hell didn't before I was in this business. Like, they're not refreshing their Facebook 20 times a day. Like, they might not see your post. So you have to think about that too. Like, you are a business. You're not yourself anymore. You are a business, and you have to be consistent so that people trust you and that people, know what you're going through, because that's the only way that they want to get involved.
I love that. Honestly, that's exactly what I say, because for me, nobody's going to join you in a fitness group if they don't see you posting every day. Because if you tell them, I run this fitness group, I'm going to post in it every day to hold you accountable to it. I'm going to post in the morning, ask like a fun random question. And then in the evening, I'm going to post an accountability thread. So you'd be like, really? Because you post on your Facebook twice a week. And the things that you post are shared articles of a video of a cat walking on the moon, which is just totally unrelatable. Like, that stuff's cool, don't get me wrong, but you can watch it. You don't have to share it or post it, though. Like, the biggest thing is people crave consistency. And even if we don't have it yet, we're working toward having that, which is why do you think everybody works their 9-to-5 job? It's consistent. the first thing they say is, well, I need a consistent, steady income. Okay, well then post every day on your Facebook, work out every day, and invite people every day. Be consistent in this. No, this is not going to give you a paycheck, at the end of the week that's the same dollar amount no matter how much effort or how little effort you put in every week. But if you do it every day for a year, it's going to totally blast your income out of the water with the same, if not less effort than what they're already doing. And if it's something as silly as posting, you got to do it. It's so silly to not do it.
Right, exactly. It's easy to do. And that's what, once I told myself that, and I don't know, like I know a lot of people, and I definitely struggle at the beginning with what I just was nervous what people would think. And like, I didn't want to be annoying, and I didn't want to be that person that seemed like they were selling something every 2 seconds, because that is annoying. But like once I got in my head, like, if you are going to make $500, $700 extra dollars a month for posting some pictures on Facebook, like, why wouldn't you do it? Yeah. Why wouldn't you do it? Like, and maybe people can criticize, but like, if they had the chance and they really knew that that's basically what you need to do, like, they would do it too, because it's so simple. Like, and then once you see all of the people, like, that also like ties in what you are posting. So it's like you have to post things that uplift other people and add something to them. So it's like, not, you can't just say like, I did my workout, woo! Like, make it more than that. I mean, I love to write. I have a blog, so my posts are more in depth most of the time, which I know obviously everyone doesn't have that as something like that they love to do and as a hobby.
No, but Amy calls me out for my posts being too long all the time. Like, it was good, but I stopped reading after the third sentence. I'm like, thank you for letting me know that.
But like, just think about like what message you want to bring, and just like something positive and something real and just something uplifting, like something that makes the people behind the screen think. And even if it's like, woo, got my workout in, it's like, what does that make you feel like? What did you feel like when you didn't used to get your workout in? Compare it. Like, say, I never used to work out before work, and now I do, and I have so much more energy, and I feel like I'm so much more involved as a teacher, or whatever, as a nurse, or I'm so much more friendly to my customers. Whatever it is, like, show them what it could bring to their life.
I love this. This was awesome. Does anybody have any questions for Susannah, Susie? Can I just call you Susie?
Susie, yeah. Okay.
Do you guys have any questions for Susie? Yeah, go ahead. Let me unmute you. There you go.
It wouldn't let me unmute myself. So you're actually the second guest host, I don't know what to call you, that actually mentioned the personality quiz. Do you have like a specific one that you took? Because it was your success. Yep. She like mentioned how it went by colors, right?
Yeah.
So like, do you have the certain one that everyone takes?
Yeah.
I haven't sent it. So the only reason I haven't sent it is because, and you guys can totally take it if you want to, is because you grow so much in it. Basically, I took it when I was in Mary Kay. And in the beginning when I was in Mary Kay, I was like very family oriented. That was like why I was doing it. Like, I wanted to be with my family, whatever. And then 8 months into the business, when I had a team of 30 women and I was kicking ass in it, not for the right reasons though, I totally shifted to a red. So if you guys want to take it, I totally want you to. I was actually gonna talk about that as soon as you see
okay. Everyone talks about it.
But I'm happy that you brought it up because Ashley and I talked about it again today. So I was gonna mention to all of you girls. But Susie, I'm guessing you're a yellow.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And I'm like the brightest red possible. Yeah. But hey, that's just
that's cool. I mean, I love that kind of stuff just because I also love astrology.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just super into like understanding people and why they do the things they do. I was a psych major at first before I did education. It just fascinates me. So I think, and Emily, how you were saying, sometimes it's hard to think like that your team doesn't want the things that you want, or like, you know, it is hard as a coach when you start building your team. But like, I think the colors like help a little bit with like what motivates them, and kind of like just if you understand, and then if people on your team are the same color, like I see the people on my team that are the same color, like kind of being able to bond. I know it sounds
we're going to talk about that because I'm going to put that in the pinned post too, so that all new coaches are taking it. Because I have been hearing more people talk about it, that I'm always open to anything new, and if it's going to work. And honestly, I know that's where I'm struggling right now, is just understanding what my coaches' goals are and talking to them that way, instead of thinking, what do I want, and making them it's their business. It's not, I'm here to guide and mentor, and that's what I'm here for, and support.
Right.
But I don't want to kick you off. But I'm going to kick you off. But I love you.
So I have another call.
But thank you so much. We appreciate this more than you know.
You're welcome. It's so nice to meet you guys. If you ever need anything, you can totally, my name's on Facebook is Susannah Aimee. I don't know. I'm probably friends with some of you. I don't know.
Probably.
Can't keep all the coaches straight. But if you guys ever need anything, like that's one thing as a new coach, like you have to just get to know different people and different perspectives. Like I have so many coaches I reach out to that aren't Aimee, just with questions, because people just have different, you know, personalities and different opinions. And I don't know, just definitely reach out if, you know, you need help or you have questions about anything I said. I would be more than happy to help you.
Yeah, you guys can friend request her if you want to also. She's nice. All right, bye, girlfriend. Have a good Friday.
Bye. Thanks.
Bye. Thank you.
Okay. Alrighty, so I am going to put the color code test because I talked to Ashley a lot about it today. And so 2 things that I really want you guys to do are, I'm going to post this color code test into the pinned post that's now in our team page. So I'm sure you saw that I had like a little video, whatever, that I made. So I'll put that in there. And then the other thing I want you girls to do, just because it's fun, is to fill out that new coach profile. Even if you've already been a coach for over 2 months or whatever now, just fill that out, because it's just a bunch of random questions. And I want to be able to like buy you guys things and send you fun gifts and stuff for having a killer post, for signing up a coach, for hitting your weight loss goals, for showing up every day to training or whatever. So it is under the Files tab. So actually, I'll just show it to you real quick. I'll just share my screen. Okay. So right here in Files, just click on that. And then if you scroll down, you'll see New Coach Profile. So if you just want to click on this, give me a minute. Okay. So basically just simple things. What's your favorite color? Favorite Disney movie? Animal, pet? If you could live anywhere in the world, where would you? Things like that. This just gives me a good idea of just kind of like who you guys are. Second thing I wanted to talk about is the one-on-one call times. So there's a lot of people to keep track of right now. So right now I am in like all the training groups, because just like I told you guys, I'm never going to ask you to do something that I'm not going to do. So I've been in Shooting to Diamond 4 times, but I'm still in it this time. I watch those videos and I'm commenting. So I really want, if you guys want to have a call, remember, just like Susie said, this is your business. So if you want to just post, work out, drink your shake, and talk to like a friend or 2 a day, then that's what you want to do. if you want to hit diamond by the end of the year. If you want to be making $500 a week in the next 6 months, it's totally doable. But in order to do that, we need to be in not constant communication, but at least do a weekly phone call. That way we can just kind of go through, what are your goals? Are you hitting your goals? So like, what are your monthly goals? Like, are you aiming for just Success Club 5, or do you want to hit Success Club 10? And then what we'll do is just come up with a plan of action for you. So a few of us have already done that, where we've actually gone through, looked at your schedule, and kind of picked out what days you're going to do what, and what blocks of time you're going to do those things, and so on and so forth. So if you guys actually click on this, it's going to take you to this link here. And awesome job, McKenna. So you guys can fill in your in the pink spots when you want to do a call. So obviously, like, Sundays are totally cool, Saturdays, mornings, evenings, whatever. The white time is just when I'm working the business. So yeah, that's the last thing. And I'll just quickly run through. Biggest thing I want to tell you guys right now is totally turn off notifications in all the groups that you're in right now. If you feel overwhelmed by seeing that notification number climb, turn it off. That's all you have to do. But on your daily to-do list, you should have listed, what training groups are you in? Are you participating in the challenge group? Like, do you have a customer in there that you need to be tagging them every day, asking them, hey girl, how's your day going? If you see that they've rated their positivity at a level 3 for the day, you need to be reaching out to them. Hey, saw that you rated your positivity at a 3. What happened? And usually when I do and reach out to them, those people end up becoming a discount coach. Maybe they never end up working the business, but they feel like I care. I'm watching out for them. I'm doing what I promised them I would offer them. And that is daily accountability, not just when I feel like getting to it. The best coaches are people that are in your challenge groups. They've already fallen in love with the program. They've fallen in love with Shakeology. They don't need any more convincing. And if you're talking to them daily, they're going to want to do what you're doing. They're going to see how excited you are. They're going to feel like they're a part of something. We all want to be a part of something. So many reasons why people join clubs and groups and extracurricular activities, sororities, fraternities, whatever it may be. We all want to feel a sense of belonging. So that could just be that one missing piece in someone's life. So I'm going to upload that color code test. If you guys don't mind filling out that new coach profile, just like sometime between now and whenever, you can send it to me or just kind of text me and tell me that you completed it, and we can talk about it. And let me see. This weekend I'm going to upload a whole document about objections. So I'm actually going to like copy and paste what I get often, which I'm sure we all get. It's just, how are you responding to it? You better be getting objections. If you're getting objections, that means that you're inviting people. If you're not getting no's, then that means you're not working this business. A great book to read if you guys are feeling stuck is Go for No. Literally the whole idea of it is reach out to as many people and get as many no's as possible. So when you get that yes, it's like, hallelujah. And then you're like on a high, and all you want to do is just keep going for it. But let's see what today's the 22nd. So what was I going to say? We have 8 days left in the month. You guys can still hit Success Club. Please don't give up just because you think, oh, it's only a day or a week and a day. That is plenty of time. I got six Success Club points today from people that I've invited like 14 times, I feel like. And then finally, what I could do is say, hey, girl, don't know if you saw the post that I shared last night, but I'm running this new thing where I'm going to do like this whole BFF workout thing. And I thought of you because you are always hanging out with your friends. I had 3 girls just sign up today. Like, just, this is why I really, really emphasize posting. If at the end of the day, if you have 30 minutes in a day, working out, drinking your shake, reading something positive, posting, Because even if you're not working, people don't know that you're not sending out messages. They don't know that you're not inviting people. They don't know that you're not friend requesting. If they see you posting, they're going to think you're working your business and you just didn't reach out to them. But you have to be present. Because if you just say, hey, I'm doing this thing, they're like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't want to join you. I'm going to buy something from you and you're going to peace out on me. No, I'm going to be here every day for you. And I'm going to be here when you decide to become a discount coach. So do you guys have any questions right now? Do you need any help with like inviting or like an idea to kind of like send out to somebody as far as following up? Obviously, McKenna and Ashley, you're probably like still new to all of this real quick. So I'm just going to briefly explain. Success Club is our points system. So Success Club is how you earn free trips in Beachbody. Let me see. Actually, I just unmuted both because I didn't know which one you're under right now.
Oh, am I logged in twice?
Yeah, but there you go.
I didn't know if I could close out of the one on my desktop with it not like closing out both of them. But
oh, you're fine.
My question was, there were the in my welcome letter there was the list of different team calls.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Days of the week. Which ones?
So
part of her.
McKenna and Ashley, I didn't add you to Team Tenacious. And the reason I didn't do that is because that's my coach's group. So my Amy, who we're talking about. So I've been talking a lot with her and with my success partner, and I'm finding that people are just getting overwhelmed by all the groups that they're in. A lot of coaches don't branch off and start their own team page until like a year or so into the business, and I've only been doing it for 9 months, but I just feel like we're all a little bit more different than Amy's team, so I didn't want to add you there. Basically, Amy is Team Tenacious. So I'm involved with Team Tenacious. Anybody prior to McKenna and Ashley, you are all in Team Tenacious. If you want to stay in there, you totally can. Obviously, Amy posts a lot of awesome stuff. Anything that she posts that I feel is like, yes, you totally should have this. This is amazing. I copy and paste and share it with you. The Boom, Team Boom is our like big organization. So basically, Amy's brother Patrick started Team Boom. He signed up his mom, his dad, his aunt, his cousins, Amy, their sister. The entire Real Men family is in Beachbody. Amy is very successful in this, and she's only 27 years old, and she's number 33 in the company. She kills it. But her team page is so big that I don't want you girls to get lost in it. So I'm going to start posting like daily accountability threads, daily to-do lists. Again, we're all going to kind of talk about your goals. So somebody might only have 10 follow-ups a day on their list, whereas I have 50. This is my full-time job. I can do that. So for the team calls, I definitely want to get this going. I definitely want to have our own team calls going every Thursday. I like just seeing you guys. And the other call I would get on would be the Wednesday night call at 8. And the reason for that is simply because Patrick is the number 2 male Beachbody coach in the company. He gets top 10 coaches speaking on their calls. And like last week, for example, he had Jericho. So she and her brother Joel are the 2 like newest super trainer people. And he had Jericho on it. So she created the new Core to Force that's coming out. And they did Les Mill or Les Mill or whatever however people want to pronounce it. So that was really cool. If it's somebody that, like, I totally want you guys to be on there, I will send you the link to get on it. There's over 100 people that get on those team calls. So it's awesome training. I'll be honest, if you show up, plugging in is so important. Getting on those team calls is free training. It's free training, and it's just week to week. If you feel like you're not moving in the direction that you want to be in your business, or you're not moving as quickly as you want to be, don't stop doing what you're doing already if you feel like you're making headway, but look at what you're not doing. And I promise you almost always the things that we're not doing are reading personal development and jumping on team calls. Because it just doesn't seem like, well, I need to be like inviting right now. I need to be following up and people are messaging me, right? But if you're not a part of the big community and knowing that that one message isn't going to change your life, but that one call, there could be one quote in it that's just like, boom, everything clicks. It's seeing other people doing this, other people struggling, other people having success. They're more important than you sending out that one message. So definitely Thursdays, 8:15, Wednesdays at 8. I will send the link to you guys for Wednesdays because I always get on them anyway. If you want to jump on, awesome. If not, no big deal. If you do want to listen, there's always a recording. I will attach the Team Boom and Team Tenacious call recordings in our files tab. So if you guys ever, personal development, don't read a book, listen to a team call. You have no idea that, my personal development in the morning is a national wake-up call. So that is Mondays. The national wake-up calls are Mondays at 11. There's always a recording for them. And you can literally just Google national wake-up call recording. That's what I do. All right, does anybody else have any other questions? Go ahead, Karina.
So you're mentioning how you get challengers and then you turn them into discount coaches. What is the process of that? Like, not like what you do, but like money-wise.
What do you mean?
Like, not like what you talk to them, but like how, or are you already signing them up as coaches?
Not always.
Okay, so like, let's say you sign up a challenger and they want to end up coaching. Do they have to just buy like a whole challenge pack?
Nope, because they already bought a challenge pack.
Okay, so then how do you?
So when you send that new coach welcome letter, in the new coach welcome letter, it's going to say something like, if you previously bought a challenge pack, you had to pay the $40 to sign up as a coach. You get that $40 reimbursed. So that's that's why I honestly do sign up people as a discount coach in the beginning. If they're cool. Some people are like, I don't want to sign up for something. I'm intimidated by the word coach. Even though I can explain to them I'm saving you money and time in the long run, it's up to them ultimately. So how I go about that is if I sign somebody up and they're just a customer, I reach out to them. I always do a one-on-one call. As soon as somebody buys a challenge pack from me, I get them on a phone call. Okay, what we're going to do is talk about their goals. Sure, you've already talked about it in a Facebook message. Get to know them. We'll talk about that. I offer them a few ideas. Are they super busy? Do they want to go through their schedule? Let's kind of find a time. Where are you going to fit this workout in every single day? What I'll do then is kind of leave it at that for the first week. Obviously, you're tagging them every day. You're commenting their posts and be like, good job, girl. If they're 3 or below, I would personally reach out to them. Hey, I saw that your eating was only at 3 today. Did somebody bring cupcakes into the office? Probably. So I would ask that. At the end of the week, I'll ask them, how are you liking Shakeology? That's the first thing I ask. So at the end of the week is, and I'll kind of just be like, I love it. What do you like about it so far? What's your favorite recipe? And you definitely want to do that early on, because if they're like, honestly, girl, I don't like it. And it's like, okay, that's not a problem. I didn't like it the first time I had it. I had to play around with the recipes with it. I was having it with water and shaking it. Ugh. So I decided, let's put some freaking ice in here and a banana and peanut butter. And I'm like, this is delicious. And now I'm obsessed with it. So play around with it that way. Second week, what I do then is reach out to them and just kind of say, how are you liking the group overall? Are you liking the accountability? Do you feel like you're more consistent? How are you just feeling overall about yourself? Do you have more energy? Are you happier, like being a part of a pretty positive space? They're probably going to say pretty good things if they're participating in the group. Then that's when I say, okay, cool. I'd really love to get on a call with you sometime this week. So try to schedule a call. So they can hear your sincerity when you're talking to them and saying to them, hey, so we're coming up on your 1 month since you ordered your challenge pack, and I just kind of wanted to share some of your options right now. And what I do is I give them 3 options. The first option is cancel. So they liked it, and either they're just kind of like, I'm ready to go off on my own, whatever. So they just don't reorder. Because remember, they're a customer, so they never sign up to do anything anyway. So they just don't reorder. They cancel the automatic shipment, whatever. But totally still invite them to the next group. Be like, no worries, girl. Would it be cool if I invited you to the next group just to keep the support going? It doesn't. If they order a challenge pack, they have a whole year that they can sign up as a coach and get that $40 waived. So it doesn't have to be that month. I had a girl do it 6 months later. So it doesn't have to be right then and there. So that's the first option. The second option I share is you can sign up as a coach and we'll get your Shakeology at a discount. And usually people are like, yes, I really like this. And what I'll say is, let's find even 1 girlfriend. Hell, if you can find 2 to 3, awesome. Does your mom want to do it? Your sister, a cousin, whoever? Let's get them on board. Because if they see that they can get 3 people right away, they're going to be like so excited. They just got their Shakeology for free, and their friends are doing it. Their family's doing it. They're going to be more likely to be like, well, I mean, hell, I can find 3 more. I can find 3 coworkers, or I can think of 3 girls from high school that might want to do this. Before you know it, they're coaching. The third option would be that they do want to continue on. They just maybe like ran into a setback and can't afford it this following month. So what you can do is sign them up. Again, it's free to sign them up because that $40 is waived, and just automatically delay their order that month. Just letting them know the only thing you'll be charged is that $15.95 to hold your 25% discount. Just like if you go to Barnes & Noble's, you still pay a yearly fee to have the discount. If you go to Sam's Club, you still pay a yearly fee to have the discount. Ours is just a lot smaller and just monthly.
Okay.
And it's for if they do want to have a friend or something order through them, it's paying for their website. It's paying for their friends' shipping and tax and handling on all that. Does that answer your question?
Yes.
What the hell are you watching on TV?
It's Robin China.
Oh my God. Hey, do your thing. Do your thing. No judging. No judging.
I mean.
All right, girls. Do you guys have any other questions? Nope. Okay, awesome. This won't go this long next time. Susie does talk a lot, but I will get to those things tonight to post. Look for objections and how to overcome them over the weekend. If you want a one-on-one call with me, don't forget to add your name to that and just filling out that new coach profile, and you're good to go. And lastly, I forgot this. Ashley and I, starting tomorrow, we're going to post this in the new Coach Basics for Thrive guide. If you guys aren't all caught up by the end of the week, we are going to kick people out. It's so easy to do. It's so easy to do. You have a whole week to catch up. And honestly, right now, it's just, if you're in it, it's because you do want to work the business. If you're not in it, it's because you don't want to work the business. So just because you're doing the training still doesn't mean you have to send out 40 invites a day. If you're just doing 10, 10, and 10 like Susie does, what I would do is, if you guys are feeling overwhelmed, is start with 5 invites, 5 follow-ups, 5 friend requests. Nail it. Do it for 7 days straight. And if you're like, do it for 14 days straight. If you can do it for 14 days straight, you up that to 10, 10, 10. And do that for 21 days straight. Just like you would a challenge group. That is how you get into the habit of doing it. We all have the time. I know we're all busy. Believe me, I know we all are. If you guys all talk to each other, you would hear how busy all of you are. But perfect example, Tess is still killing it, guys, and I think she's still doing more than all of us are doing. Just being honest. It's just a matter of, is it a priority or is it not? And Tess doesn't even ever want to quit her full-time job. Ever. Has no intentions of ever quitting that job. And she shouldn't. She's awesome at it. She's spent like hundreds of thousands of dollars in student loans. I wouldn't leave it either. But just keep that in mind. Start small with what works for you so that you're not setting a goal of like 40, 40, 40 and not hitting it and getting so disappointed in yourself. That's the easiest way to self-sabotage you. So start small, kick ass, up it each time. Just like when you go to the gym and work out, you're not going to pick up a 40-pound dumbbell and start doing a hammer press. No, you're going to start with like a 5-pound and then work you up to 7.5, 8, 10, so on and so forth. Okay? All right. Peace out, guys. I'm going to post this recording too. Oh, wait, Ashley, you can go one more time.
Sorry.
You're fine.
So you say 5 invites a day. Since I'm just like, so I feel like I'm in over my head right now.
This was more so just for you to kind of see that we get on the call.
Okay, so since I literally just signed up today, what would I be inviting them to?
So when we do invites, inviting can be inviting somebody to just talk about the coaching opportunity. So you guys have a conversation going back and forth and they're telling you like, yeah, I've been thinking about like, you know, doing something health and fitness related. I really don't like my job, blah, blah. You kind of like dig a little deeper. Well, what don't you like about your job? What do you like about your job? And then that's when I say, this could be totally random, but have you ever considered doing what I do? Or have you ever considered starting your own business and working online? That would be an invite.
Gotcha.
So you're inviting them to that opportunity. I have a whole script in our files tab that I'll show you all of that. Don't worry about it right now. But like how to invite somebody to a fitness group. That's what we do. So I'll show you real quick, just super quick, because I know everyone else wants. If you guys want to hop off, you can hop off right now. I'm just going to finish showing her this. So right now our challenge group is falling into a new you. This just started this past week. So this is what we invite people to. So I'll just show an example. Every day we will post in here. Today, let's share, and every day it's going to be different. Today was just share a favorite move from your workout, whether it's a picture of a video we want to see. And then they get points for doing these certain things. Our job as a coach, how we hold them accountable, is we tag them. So these are all the people I invited into this group this month.
Okay.
So I tagged them, and then I shared my post. Now, my job is not to hunt them down. You know, they're all adults. I tagged them. I held them accountable just like I said I was going to. Whether or not they show up, that's on them. But this is ultimately what you're inviting to. People would purchase a challenge pack, just like you did. So 22-minute hardcore plus Shakeology. And then they would get invited into this. So everybody in this group right now, so like Sam just got hers. They've all purchased a challenge pack.
Okay.
So there's a whole bunch of different ways that you can invite to them. You get your own feel for it. One of the things that I've just been saying this month, because everybody's going back to school, everybody's like hanging out with friends, getting to fall festivities, instead of being like, hey, do you single-handedly alone by yourself with a total stranger want to work out with me? It works. That's usually what I say. Well, not like that, but the gist of it. But instead this month I just kind of changed it up. So if you saw my post from last night, and as you can see, I don't normally post like this, which is why I didn't get a lot of traction on it. Usually my posts are anywhere from like 20 to, Jesus, I don't even know, like 120 likes, and it's usually something stupid. But like this last night was just, this was a call to action post. I'm asking people to join me in something. I hardly do these because it's not natural for me to do it, but I need people to know that I'm doing something and they can join me in it. So this one was just basically like, my girlfriends and I are running a private group where you and your BFF can join in on all of this. So I didn't say like, comment below if you want to get involved, or like this post if you want blah, blah, blah. That's not natural to me. The people that I'm connecting with aren't going to fall for that. So I just leave it at that. Anybody that likes it, I will send out a message. Hey girl, saw you liked my post about my new fitness groups coming up. I would love to talk to you a little bit more about it. Were you interested in hearing the details or just showing some love?
Gotcha.
That's an invite. Yep.
Okay.
Alrighty?
Yep.
Okay, guys, have a good night and keep going and have a good weekend.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.